Here's Wesley. Pass to Johnson. And it's good.
Keldon Johnson.
Johnson's got 7 points.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Russell into the lane. Inside. Thomas. That's good.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Wesley. Out to the wing. Johnson inside.
Chicago foul.
He'll head to
Derek
the line
Rose.
to shoot two. That
First
was on
personal
Rose.
foul.
And when you think
Third
of the
team
time
foul.
Johnson spent with the U.S. team,
At the line for the Spurs,
coaches and players
Keldon
around,
Johnson.
absolutely
2 shots.
huge for this young player and his development.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Johnson. Johnson was part of that U.S. team that played in 2021. Yeah, what a great experience, Grant.
Oh, B.A., I mean, I can speak in great detail how much you can gain playing for the U.S. team. Johnson continued to grow as a player after that summer and was a great addition to that team as well.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Now here's Şengün. Defense right on him. Thomas. That one falls. Nice speed.
Assisted by Derek Rose.
Rose has got 3 assists tonight. Pass to Collins. Back to Richardson. Lays it up and banks
Josh
it in.
Richardson.
Richardson's got 30 points.
Rising to the challenge. He's given them everything he's got.
Here's Thomas. Back to Rose. Nice dish. And the layup goes down. Rose has got 6.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
So it's San Antonio now. Pass to Johnson. Tipped away. In transition. Here's Champ. Collins defending. Here's Champ. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Pass to Collins. Outside Johnson. The layup off target.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Man, that one's good.
Man. Assist
Man's got
from
24.
Smooth
King
reverse. He
Arthur.
knew just what he was doing there.
Now here's Richardson. 30 points in the game. Up top, Johnson. Goes back up. Blocked. Goes up again. And he takes it up
Keldon
and lays
Johnson.
it in. Johnson's got 8 points here in the quarter.
You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Thomas. The shot is good. And the assist by
Rose with the
Rose.
assist.
Rose has got 4 assists in the game.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Richardson. Outside Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's Collins. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Here's Thomas, covered by Johnson. Now Richardson to the left side wing. Lets it go from 11. Here's Collins. And Collins.
Zach Collins.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
On offense, here is San Antonio. Here's Johnson. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Rose against Johnson. Down low. Here's Roby. And that one drops.
Isaiah Roby.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Here's Thomas. He's got 24. Yes, it's good.
Alperen Sengun.
He's got 9.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Richardson, no good. Here's Mann. And it goes.
Mann.
That makes it 9 for 13 now.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 10.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
To the paint. And the dunk to finish it off.
D-Rose with the assist.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
To the wing on the left. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Left side Johnson. He's off on the layup.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that style.
And the foul
First
on the
foul.
shot. So he'll
Keita
take 2
Bates
from the free
Diop.
throw line.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Chicago. Mann. At the line for 2.
He makes a first. And so he makes both from the line. 11 seconds left in the third. Pass to McDermott. Back to Richardson. Over Rose.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score.
And so it's
116,
Chicago. And they're
63.
up and insane about going into the break. Defense is setting the tone. Back to the game after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running.
Substitution on the court.
On the court for San Antonio, Jakob Poeltl out there with Gorgui Dieng. Then there's Doug McDermott, and it's Primo in at shooting guard. Here's Primo.
Chicago foul.
We see the worst teams relegated to a lower
Second
tier.
personal foul.
You think the NBA
Second team
needs more
foul.
consequences for losing?
Shooting for San Antonio.
More needed.
Josh Primo.
Consider the fact that flattening
Taking
the lottery
2 shots.
odds was a step in the right direction recently. And then you think about the play-in tournament as well. I think that, too, adds a level of disincentive for losing. So right now, I think the NBA is in a pretty good place in terms of dissuading teams from losing.
Here's Thomas, defended by McDermott. Pass to Russell. Pulls up. Offensive rebound.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Here's Primo. Into the lane. He drains it.
Josh
Made half
Primo.
his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Thomas, defended by McDermott. Pass to Russell. Yet another assist. What he has with his guys is impressive.
I mean, keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates, incredible.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
Here's Primo. Here's Wesley. Here's Primo, defended by Bogdanovich. 4 on the clock. Primo can't hit. Here's Thomas, defended by McDermott. Pass to Bogdanovich. Good on the bucket.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Snatched away. Here's Russell. Another possession. Another dime from him.
He's tallying them up fast, B.A.
Hey, I can't overstate it. I mean, as a defense in transition, you have to locate Russell before he finds the bottom of the net. You got to get to him quickly.
Here's Wesley. That's going to be
That'll be a
over and
backcourt
back.
violation.
Watching the line on that one.
Chicago ball.
A decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing
Substitution on the court.
tenacity on that end.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Şengün checked in for Smith. Here's Şengün. Goes up and lays it in.
Alperen
Nice and easy.
Şengün.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Pass to Dieng. Here's Bates Diop to halt the run. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, I think that was clearly a fourth. He was a little anxious. Too much in a hurry right there.
And here's Markkanen. And again,
Gavin
another
Lowry
assist.
Markkanen.
And that's his 20th assist.
Defensive foul
He's
called
doing
on
a great job
Gorgui Dieng.
illustrating the offense.
First personal
During the
foul.
21-22
First
season,
team foul.
we saw homegrown squads
Shooting
like
for
Memphis
Chicago.
and Cleveland emerge.
Lowry
How
Markkanen.
important is that? to
One
the league?
shot.
BA, I think it's vital. I really do. I mean, I just think it adds to the appeal of the league. I mean, not every city can lure top free agents, and there's something about building a team in a homegrown fashion through the draft, keeping those young guys together and seeing them grow and develop. How about the Milwaukee Bucks, for an example, when you talk about a small ball NBA championship team? Bodes well for teams like the Cavaliers and Grizzlies who are doing something similar, and we'll see how it plays out going down the road.
Here's Wesley, guarded by Russell. Pass to Dieng, 5 on the clock. Step back shot, and it's off the back of the rim, no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Here's Thomas. To the middle. And And another dime for
Alperen Şengün.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. Outside Johnson. Here's Bates Diop. Oh, they need this. Blocked. And they get it back. Count it.
Gorgie
Good.
Deng.
Here's Thomas. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Russell. Now Markkanen. And when you're inside an NBA locker room, how important are those
Larry Markkanen dropping down.
Yeah, I can't put a value on the importance of quality vets. Demonstrate day in and day out what it means to be a professional who perform on and off the court in a way commiserate with being a stand-up leader. I mean, they're invaluable. There aren't teams that are successful in the NBA that don't have veterans that lead by example and with their words.
He gets it in there.
Bronner.
So it's the home team now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Pass to Thomas. Back to Russell. Oh, it's stolen away. Here's Wesley, guarded by Russell. Here's Jang. Fires from deep. It's tipped. And he recovers it. Shot clock at 5. Here's Bates Diop. And he drops in the layup
Keita
off the
Bates
glass.
Diop.
Bates Diop's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Tell you what, the way they've been eating up that offensive backboard in the second half, you would think they're the team that's leading.
Pass to Thomas. Jang pulls it in. Jang's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Wesley, guarded by Russell. Outside Johnson. Here's Jang. Here's Wesley. Some solid defense from Russell. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And that one good.
I like seeing Bogdanovich get it done inside. An opportunistic score around the rim.
Pass to Johnson. And players weather some verbal abuse from fans on the road. Clark, we've seen some of them say they'll mirror that energy. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting, Brian. Clearly, fans
Assist
don't
goes to
like to cheer, say
D'Angelo
things, but they can't
Russell.
be abusive. And just because you buy a ticket doesn't give you a right to treat the players as if they're not human. And we've seen fans cross the line in that regard. That's unacceptable. As a player, your impact is best felt on the court, so you have to control your emotions, but the fans and the venues have a responsibility to make sure that people who have a ticket act as they should for having that
Keita
ticket, not
Bates
feeling
Diop.
as though they can do or say anything they want to the player.
Here's Thomas. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Here's Wesley. Pass to Bates Diop. Knocks it loose. And here comes the break. Here's Thomas. And he jams it home with authority.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean throw down at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Pass to Johnson. Six to shoot. Here's Jang. Fires the 3. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has got rebound number 15 here tonight. The shot's good. Bogdanovich has got 10 points in just the second half.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
From the high post. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
What an incredible ankle breaker to help create space for a shot.
Outside Russell. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Thomas. Drops in the layup for 2. Thomas has got 8 points in the quarter.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Johnson. Well, we often see teams make big moves right before the trade deadline. Clark, do you like when a team goes through significant changes mid-season?
Well, it does keep things interesting, but as a general rule, I don't think you can do that consistently. But it does add some life and excitement to what's going on when it does happen. But major roster changes, as a general principle, are typically not going to work in your favor.
Here's Wesley. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Şengün. Outside Russell.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Thomas. Outside for Russell. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Spurs. Bates Diop's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Wesley. There's 1:40 left in the final quarter. Beyond the arc. Bates Diop can't get it to go. Pass to Russell. Inside. Thomas. That's good. Thomas has got 36 points.
Boy, the former second overall pick has really worked on his passing. That was an outstanding find by Russell.
Here's Wesley. Out left to the wing. Shot to end the close streak. So it'll be
Chicago
2 free
foul.
throws. He was fouled.
Lowry Markkanen. First personal foul. 3rd team foul. Shooting for San Antonio, Alize Johnson. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Satoransky, he's checked in for Chicago. Caldwell Pope comes in for Bogdanovich. And so they get the victory here.
147.
Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen.
We would like to thank all fans for making it out to tonight's event. Please exit the building carefully and drive home safely.
Outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with AD, and tonight you guys seemed locked in. What was the key?
Well, we came out aggressive defensively and offensively, and against a team like that, you got to come out aggressive defensively first, and I think we did that through the whole 48.
Hey, great defense so often leads to great offense, and it worked tonight. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that.